The Miami sun burned through the open windows of my loft, casting jagged shadows across my sketchbooks and fabric swatches. At 35, I, Mia Torres, was a shadow myself, once a promising interior designer, now a name whispered with pity or scorn. My family, the Torres clan, had built a legacy in Coral Gables. My father, a respected cardiologist, my mother, a charity matron, my sister Isabella, a celebrated surgeon. To them, I was the failure, the lesser daughter, the one who couldn't match Isabella's brilliance. Tonight, at a glittering charity gala where Isabella would be crowned a hero, I'd rip that crown off. My revenge wasn't just for me. It was for every moment they'd tried to erase me, and it would leave them gasping. Growing up, I was always Isabella's little sister. She was 6 years older, perfect, valedictorian, medical school star, the daughter who made my parents' eyes shine. I was the dreamer, sketching room designs in notebooks, my head full of colors and textures. But every achievement I earned, a scholarship to design school, a feature in a local magazine, was dwarfed by Isabella's trophies. "Why can't you be more like your sister?" my mother would sigh, her voice sharp with disappointment. My father, kinder but distant, would pat my shoulder and say, "Medicine's a real career, Mia. Design's a hobby." Their words were a slow poison, but Isabella's were the deadliest. At 19, I was accepted into a prestigious design program in New York. Isabella, home from med school, threw a dinner to celebrate me. But as the family toasted, she leaned in, smiling, and said, "Let's hope Mia doesn't screw this up like everything else." The table laughed, my parents nodding as if it were a joke. A month later, my world collapsed. My program expelled me for plagiarism after anonymous evidence, sketches allegedly stolen from a classmate, surfaced. I swore they were mine, but the school wouldn't listen. I returned to Miami, humiliated, my dreams in tatters. My parents barely looked at me. "You've embarrassed us," my mother snapped. Isabella, ever the saint, offered a pitying hug and said, "Some people just aren't cut out for greatness." I believed her. For years I shrank, taking small freelance gigs, dodging family gatherings, my confidence a ghost. The breaking point came at my parents' 30th anniversary party, a lavish affair at their waterfront estate. I'd been invited out of obligation, my presence a footnote to Isabella's radiance. She was being honored for her work at Miami General, her face on billboards as Surgeon of the Year. As we sat for dinner, my mother raised a glass to Isabella, gushing, "Our pride, our legacy." Then, unprompted, she turned to me, voice cold. "If only Mia had half your drive." The room tittered. Isabella, sipping champagne, added, "It's not her fault, Mom. Not everyone can handle pressure." Like that time she got kicked out of school for cheating. Gasps rippled. My cousin smirked, my aunt whispering, "Always knew she was trouble." I froze, my fork trembling. Isabella had lied, publicly, deliberately, rewriting my failure as fraud. My parents didn't correct her. They nodded, as if it were fact. That night, alone in my loft, I dug through old emails and found a clue. A message from a classmate sent years ago, hinting that my plagiarism evidence had come from someone close. My gut screamed, Isabella. She'd always been territorial, sabotaging me in small ways, hiding my sketchbooks, forgetting to invite me to family events. But this was war. I started digging, hiring a private investigator with my meager savings. The truth was uglier than I'd imagined. Isabella had forged the sketches, using her med school connections to bribe a classmate into planting them. Worse, I discovered her medical degree was a lie. She'd failed her licensing exams and paid off a shady administrator to falsify her credentials. She wasn't a surgeon. She was a fraud, operating on patients with a fake license. My rage became a plan. I rebuilt my design career in secret, taking anonymous commissions under a pseudonym, Luna Designs. My work caught fire. Celebrity clients, magazine spreads, a silent empire. I funneled profits into investigating Isabella, gathering bank records, emails, and a recorded confession from the administrator, now retired and guilty. I also secured a major contract to redesign the gala venue for Miami General's charity event, where Isabella would be the star. They didn't know Luna was me. No one did. The gala was a spectacle, chandeliers gleaming in the redesigned ballroom I'd crafted, every detail a testament to the talent they'd mocked. Isabella stood at the podium, radiant in white, accepting her award as Healthcare Hero. My parents beamed from the front row, their pride a knife in my chest. I waited in the wings, my heart pounding, a USB drive in my clutch. As Isabella thanked her supportive family, the screens behind her flickered. A document appeared, her falsified medical license, followed by bank transfers to the administrator. Gasps echoed. Then the audio. Isabella's voice, cold. Mia was too weak for New York. A little push, and she crumbled. The crowd turned to me, seated near the back, as my face appeared on screen. A photo from my expulsion, paired with my real sketches, proving my innocence. I stood, stepping into the spotlight, my voice calm, but steel. I'm Mia Torres, and I designed this room. I also designed your downfall, Isabella. The screens flashed my Luna Designs portfolio, contracts with A-listers, proof I'd outshone her in silence. You lied about me. You lied about yourself. You're no doctor. I nodded to security, who escorted a screaming Isabella out as hospital officials, alerted by my evidence, revoked her privileges on the spot. The gala was pandemonium, reporters swarming, my parents' faces ashen. But I wasn't done. I approached my parents' table, sliding a key across the linen. This is for the house I designed for you, I said, my voice steady. Fully paid, in your names. I don't need your love to succeed. Their eyes widened, shame mixing with awe. The house, a waterfront masterpiece featured in Architectural Digest, was my final gift, a gesture of grace they didn't deserve. I turned to the crowd, now on their feet, and said, This award belongs to truth. I'm donating $100,000 to design scholarships for kids like I was. No one gets to dim their light. The aftermath was seismic. Isabella faced criminal charges for fraud, her career obliterated. My parents called, tearful, begging forgiveness, but I didn't answer. My cousins, once cruel, sent apologies I ignored. Luna Designs exploded, my name synonymous with resilience. But late at night, sketching alone, I felt the cost. Revenge had freed me, but it couldn't heal the girl who'd begged for their pride. I started therapy, not to forgive, but to rebuild. A month later, I funded a scholarship under my parents' names, ensuring their legacy would be tied to my triumph, not their failure. I left Miami for New York, a new studio waiting, my heart lighter but scarred. Isabella's shadow was gone. I was Mia, and I was enough.